An off-site sign and billboard are really one and the same. It's just terms that the zoning ordinance uses off-site signs, but public's more familiar or comfortable with knowing what a billboard is, but it's all in the one and the same. An off-site sign is something that it has to advertise something off that location. You'll see those typically on highways or more a busier roadway, but there's no building or business there that they'll be advertising for. Your on-site or freestanding signs are typically what's advertised at that location, and then again, billboards or something that kind of letting the customer know this is, here in San Angelo. Sometimes you'll see it'll have an address or 2 blocks away, kind of giving you an idea what's up and coming. There is a separation requirement for billboards. You can't have a billboard within 500 feet of each other. And that is one requirement, because that way you can look at the advertisement and then focus your attention back on the roadway. On a billboard, typically what the city wants to see is that it's designed by an engineer, meaning that it meets any kind of wind loads or any structural loads. So it's a safe billboard out there on the roadway or public way. The height is regulated by depending on how far you are from the street and the size of the billboard. Well, the billboard, any kind of requirements goes through the owner. That's why you'll see on a billboard, they'll have the name of the billboard company that owns that. Due to if there's any concerns with the billboard, say it's kind of looking a little dilapidated and maybe needs some maintenance, then we know who to contact, or somebody from the public, a citizen, can contact us and say, I saw this billboard owned by this company and there's some concerns with it. And then that way we know who to contact. The sign ordinance doesn't get into regulating what's said on the billboard, just the size and the height of the billboard. What you'll see is billboards are allowed like in your manufacturing districts, like your light manufacturing, heavy commercial. Those districts are allowed by right to have billboards located in them, as long as they have the separation distance. The other zoning districts, there's designated areas, like in your CG/CH zoning district. A good example is like on North Bryant, from West 14th Street north to the city limits, you can have billboards allowed in there. In your manufacturing areas, you can have up to 700 square feet of billboard sign area for your billboard. In the CG/CH districts, they allow up to 300 square feet. They're the same as a freestanding on-site setbacks, depending how close you are to the property line on how tall you can go with your billboard. It does require a permit, and the process on being able to do that, you have to submit your engineered design plans on your billboard. And the thing that's a little bit different on doing like a billboard application to any other sign application is you have to indicate the location where you're wanting to put the billboard, and we send the inspectors out to measure that distance. I was talking about like 500 feet from any other billboard. The inspector actually goes out to the site and verifies the location before we can issue any permits for the billboard. We issue a sign permit, which kind of includes the same thing, the inspections, a foundation inspection for the footing. So a permit's required. It's not necessarily a building permit, but it does fall under the sign permits. Permit's good for 6 months, and that's from your inspection. So say, for example, you pull a permit, but it may be 3 or 4 months before you're able to mark it, then you'd call us to go out and take a look, and then your permit's good for another 6 months to get the billboard erected. If for some reason, if something happens between that time and they're unable to do that, we can try to work with them on giving them an extension to maybe give them a little bit more time. But if they find that maybe there's something that came up and they just can't put the sign up, then they can always reapply.